Is this thing on? Can you hear me? Is anybody out there? Hey, tune in. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the homie Big Hank. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the co-host Big Hank. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. Everybody tune in, you dig it? It's funny as hell, my dude. It's where we can kick it. Everything is going down. They about to do the most. It ain't a confrontation, it's a conversation, homie. Yo, on the weekends.
This music. Oh, what it do? What it do? What it do? This is comedian Roy Anthony. Man, it's amazing how so many people are starting to hit me up. I want to let an announcer be known that, as you've been watching the Roy Anthony Show, and then with my co-host, Miss Uniqueness, Cristina Carter, aka Miss Uniqueness, and my man Big Hank. I seen Miss Uniqueness, and you coming in right now, Miss Uniqueness? She ain't ready yet. You in the background, Miss Uniqueness. When she comes back, when she comes in, I want everybody to know this is comedian Roy Anthony. Welcome to the Roy Anthony Show. It is under the platform of the Bow Entertainment, which was created by Richie King, aka Redneck Pimp, Goose, the co-creator. We have Blue Phoenix and my man Goose, and my special guest that I be having, my co-host, and so that everybody started getting used to. And so we got Miss Cristina Carter, Miss Uniqueness, and then my man Big Hank. He always doing stuff for the Lord. We all do, but he's devoted to
I can't hear
the
you.
deacon. You want to come back in and come back out? We can hear you. I'm gonna bring back in, let her jump out. Um, let her know we could hear you. I could hear her talking. Sometimes we be having so many different bad connections. We want because we got some serious subjects coming in. Um, Today we're falling in part two. Um, I'm gonna let her know I could hear her. I could hear you. We, Tuesday, Christina came up with a subject which is called "To to be healed, you have to be heard." And then, so as a follow through, this is the subtopic which we're going to be talking about today, which falls off that same topic is if you focus on the hurt, you continue to suffer. If you focus on the lesson, you continue to grow. And so once she gets her cameras and everything settled in and some of our guests. Now, I want to mention of a guest that's going to be happening um a month ago or so. We was talking about the police brutality, some of the innocent deaths from the hands of police, and I was um on the podcast. I'm sorry, people's hit me up, and we had a young brother named Elijah McClain. Does anybody remember that he was in Denver, and he's a young special guy. He was wearing his face mask because he had thing about skin and germs, and as he's leaving from a compartment store, little convenience store, little market, buying himself a tea, walking home, the police says that they got a call about a suspicious person. So when they approached the young man, it turns to where he's been choked, he's been be up. Sometimes we having these glitches, people, different people's jumping in left and right. And sometimes when I'm speaking on the subjects, different people's they give it a hard time, we linking in and stuff like that. So you bear with us because we're touching on this subject and people's jumping in left and right. So it pulls on the streaming sometimes. Some people wants to come in, some people wants to be heard, and that's what this is about. But I want to talk about Elijah McCain. Now, this young man is not only is he been beaten and choked and everything, then the paramedics come. And then they shooting him with a sedative, which is like a tranquilizer, when he's not needed. And they shooting him with this, which is they giving him more than what his body and weight is supposed to do. He's in a bad predicament. Let me bring my co-host in. Hey, Mr. Uniqueness, can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you good. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? She's still working on her equipment. I can hear you. I can hear you, Miss Christina. Her phone, something's wrong going on. I can hear you. Let her know. Now, I'm not getting off subject. Everybody, we got a lot of different people jumping in, and so I'm letting Christine get Miss Uniqueness get her stuff. And her name is Christina Carter. And so you hear me call her Miss Uniqueness or Christine is how, I'm flowing at that time. Now, I'm bringing this up about the young man, Elijah McClain. He ain't doing no crimes. He's getting him a tea. And then what gets me is when people make it seem like we should just pass on by. And there's certain people now. Now, what happened is why we're bringing this up is that yesterday, Elijah McClain, the three police officers and um, the two paramedics has been arrested. They've been indicted. That's the way at least we start. Now, somebody was talking to me the other day, and they said to me, "Oh, blacks kill blacks more than anybody." That's what they said. And and it's a shame that this argument that I was having is with other blacks. Now, I will never dispute with anybody that black on black crimes does not occur. That's not what I'm saying. My point is there's one. Blacks make up 13.5% of this population in America. The media purports out like we're just all savages when there's only 1.8 to 2.2 out of that 13.5% that actually does a crime, especially a violent crime. Now, when we show it, with our like my white family members, there's 72.5% of they make up the population of the United States, and their proportional of violent crimes runs at about 38 to 39%. Are you in?
Can y'all
Can you hear me?
can y'all hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you good. So I'm talking about. I was just bringing it up. I know that you was having issues because we're gonna get to your subject, but I told the people, some of the people that's been part of this protest about Elijah McClain, they're gonna be our guest Tuesday. We got some major people that's part of this process of what happened to this young man, right?
Mhm.
Um, um, the situation is that this young man who was walking home from the store that was murdered by the police and gave some type of tranquilizer by the ambulance drivers. And I was just breaking to our viewers, Miss Uniqueness, that the media purports out like every time you look up, they gonna purport out, oh, this black dude did this or this crime was bad. When we make up 13.5% of this population, the crime that's done in that 13.5% is only equals to 1.8 to 2.4% of that 13.5. I was explaining to them, Miss Uniqueness, that I was having a senseless argument the other day. Black, some of my black brothers and sisters, and they were saying how blacks do kill blacks more than the police officers. And I'm not saying that that doesn't happen. That's not what my argument is. I think that's a stupid argument to say that blacks kill blacks more than the police officer or anybody else. That's not the argument. I think that's baseless. My point is, one, when Junior go kills Junebug, Junior is looking at prison time. They got shows
Mhm.
called The First 48 Hours where they trying to find Junior to make him do time because of this heinous act of murder or something, right? Am I right, Miss
Mhm. You're
Uniqueness?
right. You're right.
When a police officer, I'm not saying that they're whites because I dealt with blacks and Latino police officers. When the police officers shoot a person, they're going home not facing no prosecution. They going home eating chicken and potatoes, eat some apple pie and some ice cream, kiss the family, watch the favorite program and sports or anything without any type of thought of prosecution or persecution. Now, to me, you got to be cold blooded. I was told that a cold blooded killer is a person who kills someone without having any thoughts of ramifications.
Mhm.
This boy is right here is 19. I think you have my son is 17. You have a son who's what, 14,
Oh,
I
I have.
think.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
oldest son is 14.
Okay, now I'm telling people now because we're gonna get back on that subject, the sub
15.
subject, but Tuesday we're gonna have a special guest. We have we're gonna have I'm gonna bring it, make sure I say her name correctly. It was sent to me by some of the Denver. These are some of the Denver representatives that helped set up the protest. We're gonna have a Lynette Fox, Jesse Cedillo, who's the mom. They the ones who came up with the candlelight visuals and worked alongside this young man's family.
Okay.
Now, personally, let me ask you something, Miss Uniqueness. You said you have a 14-year-old son.
Mhm.
What would you do if you found out that your son was just instantly walking to the store or hanging out, and all of a sudden he is murdered?
Good question. Um,
We know
I
what you'll
th-
do to the police, but go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't just. I can't just say what I would do because it hasn't actually happened for me to act upon it.
Yes, I'm
But
understanding.
like to imagine something to ever like we don't know when we're gonna die, right? So just you don't know if you're gonna leave before your children. So if I was a person and I woke up and somebody gave me that phone call, I don't know how I could deal with it. I wouldn't know what my reaction would be. I couldn't tell you that. I don't know.
And that's a part because our society tends to watch a lot of movies. In the movies, they make it seem like the blacks are the most thuggish and we this and that, you know. Um, did you see what guy showing right now? McLean choked on his own vomit, had a heart attack, and never recovered. This man's 19. His family said McLean, a vegetarian, massage therapist, and violin player. I heard that he would play the violin at the cat shelters and to calm the cats down, right?
Mhm.
was declared brain dead in the hospital and died 6 days later. The grand jury concluded police used excessive force to restrain McLean despite a lack of evidence he had done anything wrong, and that paramedics used far too high a dose of tranquilizer, which legally is considered a deadly weapon.
Hmm.
That's what it said. And so we're not happy that anybody, all of these 6 people, are victimized by the
Mhm.
spirit that didn't have to be self control and restraints. Here it is. You got a young man who lost his life. Now you got
Mhm.
3 men who supposed to be upholding the law, losing their job, their respect, going to prison. Then you got 2 paramedics. Now, what goes around comes around. I don't know what I would do. I don't watch too many movies like Charles
Mhm.
Bronson and Death Wish and people getting back. You know what I'm saying? Um, what do we do? What do you say? What do you tell a person? I was listening to your sister Tuesday. She lost her son in a drowning incident.
Mhm.
She doesn't believe that he just drowned on his own. The way I pick it up, do you? Is that how you was receiving it?
The way that it happened, um, him and his brothers was making a bet. Like if you go across the water, I'm gonna buy you a truck or something. They always daredeviling. But see, what they
Hmm.
didn't know about that pond was it was a man-made pond. So it's a thing up under there that will suck you, to let that journey like
Oh, okay. So it
to, you
wasn't
know
no
what I'm
foul
saying?
play or anything, but
No, it
it was
wasn't that. It was siblings playing.
siblings playing. Okay, I
Yeah, out in
understand.
the lake in front of an apartment complex.
Okay, and so and I, and my condolences on that. But you still don't know what you would do if somebody, like if somebody in the streets,
Mhm.
was to murder son. Is like I'm gonna be honest with everybody. When I hear of an unsolved murder, and for all the technology and stuff that we got, I kind of
Mhm.
think that has to do with the police. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be bogus or anything, but it just seems to me that might be a police scenario or something when it's unsolved murders with all the stuff that we got. You know what I mean?
Right.
Seem like evidence is being covered up and stuff.
They don't want to do the
And
paperwork and stuff.
and when you hiding, like when you know murder shouldn't be murder because I don't like when blacks are killing black. We see what's going on, and yet we're still killing each other. You don't even have the dope game like that no more. Now, you had a subtopic. I want to get back on that subtopic. Tuesday, you had a subject that you said, in order to be healed, you have to be heard. And a lot of
Mhm.
people jumped in on that. Now, we have, you had a subtopic. If you focus on the hurt, you continue to suffer. If you focus on the lesson, you continue to grow. Now,
Mhm.
I have the head producer came in because I be wanting everybody to see that this show is diverse. Now we have some black hosts, I got black co-hosts, but we have families. And I asked our head producer to come in today and stuff. I told him to come in for a few minutes. He's in the back. I want to bring him in, Mr. Uniqueness. Have you met Richie King?
I think.
All right, I'm
I'm
gonna
not
bring him back
sure.
in. Yeah. Hey, how you doing there, Richie
Yeah,
King,
I
aka
did.
Redneck Pimp?
Hey.
What's up? Where's your volume? Can you hear us? We can't hear you. Now you
I'm just
stuck.
kidding.
Okay, I'm about to say.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, we are having some audio issues. I see or some. I don't know.
Are you
Uh,
stuck again?
yeah, I don't know. I did that one on the phone too. Your reception's bad or something.
Yeah, I know everybody keeps. I got a
I
lot
don't
of
know,
people
but
keep
I
trying
can
to
still hear
jump
you.
in.
So
Okay. Now, I asked you to come in because
right.
me and Richie King, is AK Redneck Pimp, and we laugh and tease with each other now. But sometimes me and him will bump heads on political beliefs. And I want him to come in because we have, like, I laugh and genuinely laugh and have a good time with him when we're around
Mhm.
each other. We grew up, he lives on that other side of the bridge, but we meet together and we've had bumped heads on political views and everything, but I've grown to respect him and he's done the same for me. And I didn't want to just speak for him. I wanted him to come in and you see the subject we're talking about, right? I felt like this subject, why I brought him in, Christine, is that he only way we could heal or try to bridge the gap between what he says blacks and rednecks is that we had to talk and get to know each other. And he tells me his views, I tell him my views. We never have a fight about it. We talk about it. What happened to him? Oops. Am I right, Richie?
Trying to, yeah. First of all, we have so much in common. All human beings, and with our government of the United States. If you think about it, our government's the ones that start labeling everybody. They're the ones that put black crime, white crime, right? When we watch the news, you hear a black man held up a convenience store, or a white man. Why don't you just say a 29-year-old man held up a convenience store and let you do the research for yourself? Why they got to put that out there and start the conversation like that? And there's a lot of misconceptions about, there for a long time, blacks and rednecks were not supposed to get along. But
Right.
I've hung around with a lot of blacks, and I feel I get along better with black people than I do with white people. And
You can't say white. You gotta
of
say
course, the
with
native
some of the
community
white
loves them.
people. You gotta say some of the white people. You can't.
Yeah, some of the white people. Yeah.
Some
Yeah,
of
I'm
like
with you though. I'm with you.
Uh, I got to be nice. My mama, her half's white. My dad's half. May rest in peace. He's
Yeah.
native.
he said recipes.
But and listen, there's peace happening in every single race. There absolutely is. I mean, you got a lot of uncles who can't keep their peckers out of children on both sides. You got shady aunts who steal bad checks, and that's just not a color thing. That's everybody's got that aunt who you want to throat punch, or that uncle, no matter what color they are. So what's the big deal? People used to get caught up, and some of them still do, in interracial. My mom told one time, she goes, "You know what? You're biracial yourself. Does it really matter?
See,
As long as they're marrying a human being, does it really matter?" And that's the stupidest way to put it, but that makes sense. Why do we care about the small crap when we got people dying? Whether it's in redneck community, see over here in the redneck side, you've been in my house, you know the struggle of getting in my house.
man, way out of
You've
set
been
of
there, right?
tires.
You can't come to my house unless you got it. I'm at, yeah, where I'm at, I get treated like the black folk. Okay, the cops don't like me. When something goes bad or somebody gets beat up, they come to me or my family first. My family were outlaws. We drank beer, we fought, we rubberized, we did that stuff. And they jerk us out of cars, and after they cuffed us, which the law says when they cuff you, the situation's supposed to and hit us in the heads with nightsticks, and it's a wonder he didn't kill one of us. How we lived, I don't know. I've been bitten by German shepherds, 3-4 times. Because they're a small town and no one cares, because we were the outlaws, and nobody cared about the snooty white guy, and it drives me. Like when the Capitol, I talked about this before. When them idiots overran the Capitol building up there on January 6th. Mm-hmm. Within 10 minutes on the news, it's the rednecks, it's the rednecks, it's the rednecks. No, rednecks, we wasn't one doing it. There wasn't a single 4-wheel-drive truck nowhere to be found.
Since y'all been doing donuts.
Redneck did that. And there were some black people, and I see Mexicans in there. They were idiots. That don't mean they were rednecks. That don't mean they were whatever a derogatory term, they didn't know how to control their emotions.
Hey Richie, your phone keeps or vision keeps stopping on you. It keeps sticking sometimes.
Yeah, it's cloudy up here.
Oh, okay.
Well, you don't need to see me. I ain't very good.
Well,
I ain't very good looking anyway. As long as
I
you can hear
wanted
me,
them to see because me
that
and him,
matters.
we'll talk. He's the creator of the Woe Entertainment, and I be myself, he be his. Sometimes we'd get together, and there was times where people, his constituents, would say something to him about something I said, and we would talk about it. And one of the things that I had a big disagreement was we would agree that um we would agree that the media is not to be trusted. But what I couldn't see is that his constituents would say, yeah. I say, how many blacks they have in their neighborhood? None. Only thing they would learn about the blacks is through the news. So then I would be like, well, it's not fair if you're looking at it as don't believe the media unless it's about white folks. I mean, if it's about black folks, believe it. But if it's about anybody else, don't believe the media. And so we start recognizing that there was a gap that they was putting in between us. Now, because I've had some white folks come and say, oh, January 6th didn't happen. No, it didn't happen. Because if it had been a bunch of us blacks, it'd have been a massacre of 2021. You understand me? But just like they've been talking about the voting laws.
Well,
And,
you
go ahead.
see, there's a deal. You stereotyped a bunch of black people
You're breaking
storming the
up.
Capitol, and they've been violent. You just did your own people that way too. See, that's what's wrong. Maybe you guys went up there, it would have been peaceful. Maybe you guys would have showed
Man, look how many peaceful protesters.
everybody else how to do it right way. Okay?
But look how many
Not that they
peaceful
did, because that was
protesters see that.
stereotypes for people.
But see, look.
There was black people there though.
Yeah, but I'm saying this. I never said that. I seen that black guy up in that Capitol building. One of my point is, I've seen the peaceful protests, and people from afar said they seen protests, and the first thing they say is, "Oh, they're gonna be rioting. They're gonna be looting. They're doing all they named every negative thing." Where if you and I had a business and we'd seen these people protest, now what are they protesting about? Because that's the civil rights of being an American. We have the right to assemble in a peaceful protest. When we do that, they try to paint it negative. Now, okay, there's people went out of town. I was looking at the police records of people who was arrested for looting places. Guess what? They was never from that city that they was living in. It was someone from another city to try to take advantage with that selfish thing. But, and I felt this, why I did this, Miss Christina, if you would jump in at any time, please. Why I wanted Redneck to come in is because has to be healing too. This is part of that. For us to be healed, we had to be heard.
Right.
I've been wanting them to see that my show, I can talk with whites, blacks. This is the producer of this show, of the Woe Entertainment platform. He's
Right.
on here. I gave him a guess. He said, man, I come in for a few minutes. I got a couple of gallons of who should be making. Hurry up and let's make this quick. Got love for him. He's called in a paradox sometimes because he has to deal with both sides.
Freeze it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't listen. I mean, here's what you do: you take people at face value, right? There's a lot I didn't like them, but then I talked to them, and then they're pretty good folks. Kind of like Roy. Roy sucks, okay, but I like Roy's a good dude. People that I brought in, that I talked to, that I thought I was gonna like, and should have never liked. Okay, and I've been preaching this for a long time. Me being me being part Native American, I have never in my life trusted the government from what they did to me. I actually lost ancestors on the Trail of Tears. Okay, tell you anything they promise you, they can stick that in their ass because I know that ain't gonna come to fruition. They promised a lot of blacks after slavery. I believe, correct me on this. Okay, where's your mule at? You seen your mule? You got that 40 acres yet? They never give what they
Well,
say.
they shot Abraham Lincoln before he can sign the
And
second
now
part of
there's
that
white people,
emancipation.
right? There's rich white people now, and well-to-do white people now. They're getting fucked over. Okay, so now what do we do? Hey, we've been trying to tell you this shit all along. This is no secret. Okay, we need to make some massive changes. Now, is what they let it on to be? I don't think it is. I don't think it is because right here, take for example here, you got Native Americans, you got white people, you got black people on the same show having a civil conversation. They don't want us having a civil conversation. They want us to fight. They want us to argue. They want us to biggest ass. They want to argue about all this stuff, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, they want us to fight.
Well, I look at it like
so they can get away with doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
People
I look at it
positions of power who are same color, same youth, same color with the same goals in mind. Instead of these old ass white people of some Wild Bill Hickok movie where they're wearing somebody's skin. You know, it places the lotion in the basket. That's what we need to change.
Hey, man. Look, I'm with you on that. For one thing, the only way we can hear, that's why this show is based upon this is not a confrontation, it's a conversation. Now, Carl Loomis said, Pimp, what's up?
That's right.
Yesterday, I think it was Tuesday, I had somebody sent I had a comment sent to me by what you got? Oh, he makes those knives, huh?
I need one of those.
I had a request for the hoosh.
That one's going to be on the raffle or a big show.
Okay.
Okay.
She said she needs one of them. We get you some stuff because they got all the connections and stuff. But I wanted you to come on to state that because I don't want our see Miss Cristina. Have y'all met formerly Cristina? Miss Uniqueness. Her name is Cristina Carter, aka Miss Uniqueness.
Okay.
This is Richie King, aka Redneck Pimp. He's the head producer and creator of Whoa Platform.
Good to meet you again.
CO.
Okay.
What? Oh, I'll tell you.
I'm gonna learn it. I'm gonna study.
Look how he's trying to say. Hey, see how he's trying to show off. See, he has a native language. You know what my native language is? In case you on the his side, on the Mizz side, you know what I'm saying? I gotta speak pig Latin.
Right.
They trying to push Spanish.
I just wanted to say a little bit about. I had wrote my little notes down.
I told her thank you and welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wado.
Well, Wado.
WADO. Wado.
Wado. Okay.
Wado.
So my thing is
CO is hello.
CO is hello. I'm writing this down, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But go ahead, Mr. Uniqueness.
So my thing is, I took my little notes or whatever, and I just want to say that we don't live in a world of black and white. Although it may seem like we do, we don't. Because at the end of the day, we all have the same amount of responsibility for a hurt that we caused and any hurt that we have experienced. So there may have been a small part of the hurt that you're also partially responsible for. So because we were brought up with the whites say something about the blacks, that's what what we are used to and what we have been accustomed to. So the thing is, in the right now, what could you have done or what could I have done to make things different the next time that you have like this kind of stuff been presented to you in your face? What could you do different? Are you going to do what you're used to doing? Or are you going to try to get out of that and try something different? Are you going to be responsible for the new movement?
Mm-hmm. That's an outstanding question, and that needs everybody. And I'll tell you something. No, I'm different than what I used to be. Okay, I was an outlaw. There's no doubt about that. I hated everybody who wasn't me. I hated white people. I hated black people. I hated Mexicans. I hated everybody who wasn't me. Then I had to take a real. I met my shaman, and I had to realize I am me. There's no one going to be me. Okay, you got to start accepting people for who they are. And I had a lot of growth, and I did. I grew a tremendous. Tell you something. When I went into the Marine Corps, that really helped me see a lot there. Because in the Marine Corps, they don't go by color; they go by green. Everybody's a different shade of green, but you're all and they would take the racist ones, the guys that come in there that were real racist, and then make them bunk together. They make all the black people, and they had to become battle buddies, and they had to get to know each other, and that's some of the best things they've ever did. Okay, and I wish that would do that in society. A lot of times they're sitting next to that guy the whole school year in school. Two kids are going to sit next to each other, and you're going to figure them out, right? And I changed a lot, and then I got see, men, unfortunately, we don't mature until we're about 23 years old. We're dumber than hell. I would think only head we think of.
Man, speak for yourself, man. I was smart in the moment when I was a teenager.
And once I got to once I was 20, 21, 22,
right.
I start. Once I things out. Once I got 21, 22, I started figuring things out. Started figuring out the world.
That makes sense.
Of what things really happened. Friends in the Marine Corps were black. Had a gentleman named Tyrone. His name was Tyrone. His last name was Little. Tyrone Little. We call him Tyrone Shoelaces. That was his nickname, right? And this guy knew everything about country music there was to know. I'm thinking, wait a minute, whoa, you're black. What do you know about country music? He said, I know everything about country music. And I quit. He liked rock and roll. He liked rap music. And he came to me, he goes, why was you shocked by that? I said, well, where I come from, there's no black people like country music. And he passed this on to you guys. He said, never be a slave to your culture.
Man, I love country music. I beg your pardon.
You never learn anything if you're a slave to your.
I never promised
you. You gotta get out that box. And then sometimes with the stuff going on, when we talking about how the blacks and whites blame this and like the crack, like coke is for white people and weed is for black people. You know, they put people in this box. You know, or a crime with somebody doing some using acid and bombs and stuff. Oh, that's white people. That's not black people. We don't think like that. Yeah. So you done put a restraint on your own color. So my thing is with that, people feel like being a victim is good. They want to be on the winning team and they want to use because we are black. They're going to blame us for everything that we do that's bad, you know. But a lot of people don't even care about that either. So don't confuse your feelings. Because they do matter. Everybody feelings matter, but don't let your feelings override everything else.
Hey, I had this for you, redneck. It was said to me, now about that hooch. Let me get a gallon, a fifth of pure, and a pint of Remy. I'll be good now, buddy. Hey, bro. It's about now. Look here, man. I want you to come here because I want everybody to see. Now I got love for this man. Now, I didn't know, we know homos and nothing, man. Ain't none of that. But I'm talking about as a brother. Me and him sit, we'll talk. He's invited me to his house. The kids, and not one time do I feel challenged or threatened. I did have that concern when I went to that field with the arachnos, the arachnos, or the llamas with the short necks who don't
that
spit.
Shit was funny
man,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
alpacas. Yeah,
alpacas. That's what they are. But other than that, I didn't feel no type of because just like they do, I'm listening to the media, and the only thing I came close to knowing rednecks was Jeff Foxworthy. They make it seem like they got the bullets and muskets. You come around, what you doing over here, boy? And ready to shoot it up. But I go over there, and I'm like, shoot, I'm kicking it. If I didn't have to take the other people home, they give me a mat on the ground. I'm gonna sit back here with them and drink and talk.
You see a lot of guys watch your show who are my real good buddies, a lot of rednecks that I know you, okay, and admit it. So this whole thing about rednecks being this way, it's a misconception, just like black people being a certain way. It's a misconception. I was just on stage the other day when we was doing our comedy. One thing I never understood is why do they make fun of black people for eating fried chicken and watermelon? Because I eat fried chicken and watermelon. This shit's delicious.
Yeah, that was funny.
Why would you? If you don't eat, you don't eat fried chicken and watermelon, there's something wrong with you a little bit. You're gone. I never understood it. Going, he eats fried chicken and watermelon. So do we.
Hey man, look. Every time I go to Go Chicken
What,
Go
I
in
never understood that.
I go to Go Chicken Go in Kansas City. There'd be a line. There'd be all type. It'd be all race of us in there, right? And so, but see, that was our. Just like I'm gonna be
I went to
honest.
Chick-fil-A in Liberty.
Breaking
Go
up.
ahead.
You was breaking up. You
I said, go
said
ahead.
you was some chicken Liberty or something like that.
Chick-fil-A at Liberty or something like that.
You had
I
stopped.
went to Chick-fil-A there.
Mm.
Yeah, there was Chick-fil-A in Liberty, and everybody come out there. There was a white guy taking an order, a black guy serving an order. There was lines of cars. There, a mariachi band playing. I know there had to been the Mexican brothers and sisters over there playing, waiting on chicken, man. What the hell's wrong? I don't understand.
But see, that's just a stereotype race.
Chicken thing. That just baffles us.
But that's a precious stereotype.
That is the dumbest one.
Because I'll be lying to you. I used to think that white people are the only ones who like mayo. You know, I used to think that I use mayo and eat raw. So when I come around my family, they like, oh yeah, pass that mayo. I don't like no mayo. I don't like no Thousand Islands and all that stuff. Give me hot sauce. Now, if that's a stereotype black folks, then give me my Louisiana hot sauce. But wait a minute. His man right here loves everything hot. I seen him take a challenge where he had an atomic bomb in his mouth and you got to chew it. And that joker's, boy, you should have seen his face.
Yeah. They got that hot chip challenge.
I love Carolina Reapers.
Something about a pepper or something challenge that they had out where you have to eat this one pepper or chip or something like that. And a lot of people been getting sick because they have to drink a hell of a lot of milk and the shit didn't work out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the Carolina. That's a Carolina Reaper chip. Yeah, I did that. Ate them hot.
See, Miss Cristina, Miss Uniqueness, there was a food order here for you. Dude said, let me get 3 wings, 2 thighs, and 2 buttermilk biscuits with some Delta syrup. Now, that has to be way down there. They said Delta. But you see how people's listen to us. I'm so grateful. I'm glad that you came in, bro. Because this fell under Miss Uniqueness. Now, Miss Uniqueness, do you feel that this falls up under the same subject that we was talking about?
It does. It does.
To be healed, we have to be heard.
You do. I don't know a teen or an adult in the world that hasn't experienced any type of hurt or emotional pain. You know, everybody has had it at some point.
And I heard our producer say, you came in and said that there is, you said we've had where you heard the Tuesday where they were saying that these people letting their family members messing with the kids and all that stuff. And so he said it happens not. It also happens in the white families and the Latino families and the Asian family. That's the spirit of a demon.
Yeah. I suffered through that when I was a kid. That's about me. I was sexually molested when I was a kid, and by different members of my family. And psychologically, that's why I bench press 350 pounds. That's why you ain't putting nothing in me I don't want. Okay, that's why I was an MMA fighter for 22 years. I didn't respect it through allow this going on his watch. He used to be a cop. Okay, so therefore that really got me to hating police, got me to hate people with authority. That's why I don't do it if I'm not in charge. Mm-hmm. I struggle because I don't trust nobody. Okay, and it's hard to explain that to somebody well big as you. By the way, it's a stupid question. Ask me why they get molested for, like I could help it. That's ignorant.
That's stupid as hell.
Well, you heard us.
You know, I've heard that. And describe your feel. You know, can you describe your feelings? Well, I'll tell you what. Here's my feelings. If I ever meet the guy that was involved in it, I'm gonna bury him. I don't know how much more feelings I can tell you than that. I will bury the guy. To this day, I'm almost 50 years old. I'm a month shy of being 50. When I was a little boy, it still has eaten at me. It's cost me relationships with friends. It's cost me time in jail because I got anger issues. That's the effect of having when our children are not protected, and that's where I in this country I put racism aside, not, but I look after our children. I got 11 grandkids. I'm going to be honest with you. One of them gets molested, I'm going to prison. I'm just
Yeah.
going to tell you right.
But Redneck, let me tell you. See, that's what we was talking about Tuesday. Me, Big Hank, and Miss Christina. No putting in order. All three of us had experienced stuff as a kid, and you heard that. And other people heard it because it's
Yeah,
been
I did.
commented because we shared some stuff. And then you just made a statement. It gave you anger issues. You was in and out of jail, stuff like that, because you trying to figure out what type of world is this. Now, lucky for me, it was just women, but there's no such thing as luck in period in the situations. Somebody who's that put out there, share out. Who put share out on? Oh, you
I
did that
did.
and it went to everybody.
I did.
But
Yeah,
let me explain this. I
I
asked
want that to
you to
everybody.
come in.
Get this out there. We got to. It's important information, and you got a good looking host on here. Finally, he class up the joint. You got some important stuff to say with your weird
Hey,
ass hat on.
hey,
You
you
got
see
there.
my
People
globe,
need to tell
right?
you.
I'm expanding around the world.
What you said is up there.
I know.
I got the
I can't get by
whole
that hat.
world in my hand. But me and him, me and Redneck, he's a professional comic too.
I watch this stuff.
I
I watch him.
Yeah, I will work with. We've done shows, me, Typhoon, Big Hank. We and the thing is, what I found that is all of us as comedians or a philosopher feels that we do this because it's kind of therapeutic. And guess what? This show is becoming therapeutic to Miss Uniqueness.
It
She
is.
sent me a text. She said, I'm so deep into this. She can't even figure out how to get out. Isn't that what you told me?
Yes, I said I'm waist deep in this. I ain't no way. I can't get out of this.
And it's gonna go up. Go ahead.
I got I got to tell you this little deal here. Smart, and listen to me before you figure out what I'm trying to say. There's smart racists. What I mean is there's guys that know how to shut up and know how to keep it to themselves behind closed doors. Racist people.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got your idiot racists who just they're a danger to themselves because they're stupid.
Yes.
I'll tell you how I know. I was kind of like a quick trip up around where you guys are. It's a Casey's General Store. I go in there sometimes, have tea with the fellas and get all the useless information. And it's known him for years. His name's Marty. He's got a white man's first name, Marty. He good dude. He walked by and he bumped into this guy on the way out the door. The guy said, "Man, he said, I name make. I won't listen to any of their music. I just hate them." I said, "Hold on a second, brother. You just came in with your big 4-wheel drive jacked up, listen to Guns N' Roses, right?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay." I said, "Do you like sandwiches?" He said, "Absolutely like sandwiches." I said, "What's your favorite sandwich?" He said, "Peanut butter." Then peanut butter, right? He goes, "No, I didn't." I said, you got a cell phone." I said, "You got a cell phone there." And I said, "Why don't you Google that?" I said, "Google's free." He looked at it and goes, "Oh, that's dumb." He said, "But that's all. I want more sandwiches." I said, "Well, no, wait a minute. Hold on. You came in listening to rock and roll, right? And then rock and roll. Blacks invented rock and roll. No, they didn't. I said, "Again, Google's free." I said, "You're ignorant. Google's free." I said, "Oh, by the way, Guns N' Roses, great band, probably one of the best in the world." I said, "Did you know the 2 top 5 greatest guitar players ever were black?"
Jimi
He
Hendrix.
goes, "Huh?" I said, "Jimi Hendrix plays for Guns N' Roses. Slash is black." "No, he's not." I said, "Google it." When I left there, guys, he was so damn mad he didn't even want to drive his vehicle out because at Goodyear, so he wanted to leave his truck sit there and walk his ass home. That's an ignorant,
Them some smart dummies.
racist person. First, he doesn't know, and so I hope I made his day good for him. I really do. I hope he had a
You put
blessed
something on
day.
his mind. That's what you did.
Hey, this stupid prick. I was shaking my head like this guy don't know nothing.
Mm.
He don't know nothing. People, and that's a problem. And he wasn't redneck. He was just an ignorant,
Yeah. Hey,
He didn't like rednecks. He didn't like blacks.
let me ask you a question. Aren't you doing the show tomorrow? The on the Spreaker? You doing the MCing?
I am.
What's your show topic
I am.
tomorrow?
You guys got me talked into. It's going to be a classic outlaw country. You're going to hear
Wait a minute.
some.
What? You keep
I got a
freezing.
list right here. You're going to hear Johnny Cash and Waylon Jennings. Yeah, you'll hear some Johnny Cash, hear some Waylon. You're going to hear Hank Three, George Jones.
Is it gonna make me want to do donuts
There's
with
some
my
Conway
truck
too.
in
Let me drop
someone's
that down.
yard?
These are more like beer drinking and ass.
Oh,
Sign me up.
sound like a
Sign me
party.
Yes.
So,
Hey,
I
looking
got
for
some,
the
I got some,
drinking
I
and
got, I
expect
got some Ray
that,
Charles.
huh?
Yeah,
Say it
I
again, redneck.
got some Ray Charles. Yeah.
Your phone be checked.
I'm not on my phone.
Your phone been stopped,
I'm not on my phone, brother.
or your video something. You done did something in there. Who's in there with you?
I'm at
Because if
the
you in
office.
there by yourself,
Yeah.
huh? Are you in there by
Yeah.
yourself?
Look how he look, yeah.
Yeah, you know everybody. Look at Blue Phoenix ain't even around. She's like, oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah. No. I
Me
got
and
we playing some
Christina,
Ray
we
Charles
sitting up
tomorrow
here
night.
moving around and everything. We ain't froze up one time. You been like that
He said he
commercial.
was
Yeah.
Look,
proud of me.
Yeah. On
you
my
been
end,
like,
you guys froze up a lot.
yeah, yeah. It's really on your end. You're like that commercial where the lady showing the baby is like, and her sister say, I'm not no good enough." Hey man, we'll just let you in the back. You coming back in Tuesday? I let him come bring himself back in. When he comes back in, hey Redneck, are you back there? You was freezing
All
up
right.
big time. You good now? You seem to be moving
All right.
within a minute. Yeah, but
Appreciate that.
I
Like I
wanted
said,
you to
that's Ray
come
Charles.
on.
Best.
Yeah, I
Go
wanted
ahead.
you to come on the show because Christina gives some of the best topics, and I love a person who don't mind taking up a subject and just putting it out. And everybody knows me and Big Hank ain't scared to tackle a subject. Redneck Pimp ain't scared. So Miss Uniqueness, why they call her Miss Uniqueness? She got some unique. Saying she opened up a bag of worms when she came up with that one subject. Is there a difference between a man of the house and a man in the house? Oh my God, I still got people asking on that. This man right here is a man of the house. I had to give it to him. He
There's a
got it.
there's a there's a there's a big difference. A man of the house
Hey, hold up, man.
lets his
No,
wife
you
work.
not.
He just
Hey, man.
doesn't really
Hey,
control.
man.
Doesn't pretty much.
Hey man, I'm gonna cut you off because that show was from last week. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm.
You
You
ask
had
a
a
question.
chance to call in at that time. You got to stick with the subject because then be like, Roy, you're going
Yeah,
over your time. No, I'm just teasing. Go ahead, bro.
I ain't got time to mess with you.
Hey, look, let me tell you something. This man got a, he be real. We do business together on some things. I have, a lot of fellas. He asked me one time, would he be accepted in Long Beach? They already asked me that, man. We ain't gonna come to Long Beach. You know,
Yeah.
um, I can go anywhere with him, even though he be sounding like Macho Man Savage sometimes and stuff. I be teasing, but he don't know I've been working on the joke and like I
Oh,
told
yeah.
them that when the police were going to arrest me, Roy, that's how much he get hyped up, right? I don't a Slim Jim.
Or hit him with some Hogan.
Um,
Well, you know something, brother.
that part. You see,
Wow.
so we laugh, but we back on the subject serious. His wife is a great supporter. Their whole family base and stuff. And hey man, I'm not gonna hold you up on here. I'm looking forward. Please, everybody, go tomorrow night. Sometimes we'll tag off. Matter of fact, last Friday, you can still listen to the recordings. He had the comedy segments, different comedians. Yours truly made the list. I was so honored. So this Friday, he's got the outlaw country music. And then I think I'm coming in next Friday. I think I'm gonna go with the funk and lowrider music and stuff. But he always tells me if it's funny,
all right, that'd be good to hear.
yeah.
Good to hear. As long as you don't sing.
Look at
As long as
him.
you're
Yeah,
not
I'm
singing.
tired. I'm tired of reading your lyrics over the comments. You talking about his lyric? Hey, look,
Singing.
Luke Skywalker read his lyrics and say, "Oh no, no, this is just too raunchy." Look at that face, though,
Yeah,
bro.
Red Fox loves him. Red Fox loves
Yep,
him.
he sure do. So, man, look here, man. I'm gonna let you off here right quick, okay?
Hey, what you got skills? I can do this for. Look at there. See that? Now look at there. That's what I think of his ass. Get him out
You
of the way.
see
Let
how
him
he
talk.
did
See?
me? I'm like, where? How do we get out the
See,
Roy
that was
Answer
what
show?
I'm talking about.
He just is too. See, when you got to think like Spider-Man. All the power, you got to have responsibilities. You don't
Right.
take the host off his own show. But anyway, man, God bless you, man. You know I got much love for you.
I enjoyed
Give,
you.
yeah. That's. Wait, I took him off. Say it. I'm sorry. Go. What was you about to say?
I
What was
said,
you about
Donna
to say,
Dog,
bro?
Donna
He's saying Donna Dog
Dog
Ahoy.
Ahoy. You guys have a good show.
That means until see again, he never says goodbye. He says till he sees again. Wait a minute. Somebody said now about that who they want to get a gallon, a fifth, or a pint
It's
of that.
until
Yeah, I get
uh,
with them and stuff. Be out
I want
there.
my knives too, Redneck. I want that. I need to order. I need to know how to do that.
Miss Uniqueness is asking for a knife. They gonna make that happen. He done froze up.
Hmm.
Um, I thought that when I read your subtopic, I also want to show them people that we also heal. You said to be able to be healed, it had to be heard. And then we had the subtopic, right? Well, a
Hmm.
lot of times we do have experience with different races, and we think that here in America, the whites is against us. The Mexicans, I've had problems with the Latinos in California, where when I come down to Mississippi, I never even heard of such.
Hmm.
You know, you wouldn't know. And so even though we got love for them, I got bullet holes in me from where the Latinos was trying to kill a lot of blacks. That's just a certain group. I can't say all Latinos, but people know about the streets of LA, how that goes. Um, what you got to say to sum it up, Miss Christine? What you got?
Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
I know you just did that.
You caught me off guard, yo.
But you quick on your feet. Y'all see what she was thinking about? That shows you our culture. So wait a minute. Life is like a box of chocolates. No matter where we come, it's the truth of it.
Right.
You never know
It's
what's
it's
inside.
funny. You never know who you're gonna come into contact
Yeah.
with. You cannot speak on a person until you know them. I can hang with some white people. I can go by people of not color, those people, and you don't based on what you heard, you're gonna think if they're gonna act like you're beneath them. But I don't deal with people based on what other people tell me about them. I like
Yeah.
to learn them for myself because you never know what made them respond to that person. Because at one point you probably could have been friends with them. So what did you do that was different to change your friendship level with the person? So
Exactly.
don't lose
That's
out
good.
on a best friend based on how they were friends with someone else. Don't
I
judge a
you know
book
yeah.
by its cover,
Yeah.
basically.
Isn't that remember I never get I was at Wichita State and I was digging more into Martin Luther King because I study philosophy. Since I'm a stand-up comedian, I like to think how the mind goes. So I read
Hmm.
Confucius, Socrates, and found out a lot of um, philosophers during the 60s around other parts of the world would actually listen and read about Martin Luther King. And one of the things that he said was, it's like that song, it's getting to know me. Don't measure me up by my skin complexion or my religious preferences, or get to know me, and we may have something in common. And that shows a real person if you can step outside your own common box. You and I come from the hoods. Remember, Big Hank had a funeral. That's why Big Hank he had to deal with a funeral today. That's why he wasn't in. Remember, he said he was
Mm-hmm.
going to try to get in, but he's the head deacon at the church. Somebody said one time, "Oh, that's the high deacon." Nah, a lot of them people in the church still taking pharmaceutical medicines. To me, it's a designer drug. It is what it is. There's no condemnation those who believe in Christ. But
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Your now Tuesday, which would be what's that? The seventh? Nah, the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, yeah, the seventh. We're gonna have some of the people who has actually helped form to the protesting for Elijah McCain in
Mm-hmm.
Denver. We're gonna have two of those influential people that's coming in, Miss Cristina, and I'm gonna send you some of the stuff that was sent to me. But we're gonna have Lynette Fox and Jesse Cedillo.
Mm-hmm.
These are mothers that has helped fight the fight, and it's amazing where you heard Richie say if somebody mess with his grandbabies, I feel the same about my babies. You just feel the same about yours.
About
I-
any child. I don't even care if I know him or don't know him. Let me find out.
oh, that part too. You know,
Right.
that part right there. Um, I can share a story one day about when I caught a pedophile when I was 14 years old and stopped him from molesting his old girl. But the outcome that happened with me after that, left me with a broken rib and split nose and all that because I was a grown man, But I would do it all over again and again and again.
That
But
part.
this time I got connections on how to pick up them burners and they call it throwaways.
Mm, that whole
Oh
part.
wait a minute! I had a hey look, Christina. Before we get off, I had a concern this morning. I get a call from my cousin in Long Beach. Said that a detective came to the door looking for you. I said, "Oh."
Who
So
was
my
that?
ass called. Yeah, so I called the police department, Long Beach Police Department. Said, "You looking for me?" The lady like, "No, we're not looking for you." So I called the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. Y'all looking for me? Cause I'm willing to get this out the way. Cause I got
Yeah.
people to see.
Right.
So I think it's somebody who's just trying to serve me small claims paper. I got a bill I want to pay. It's because
Mm.
what the sheriff's told me? If we
What
was
they
looking
say?
for you, Mr. Anthony. When he called me Mr. Anthony. Now I didn't tell I told him Roy, this Roy Walk. He said, Mr. Anthony, if we was looking for you, we know where to get.
Exactly. They'll get
So
that
anyway,
drone.
hey,
Oh,
what
I,
you
I
got?
want y'all to pray for my family. We gotta lay a couple people to rest this week, Friday and Saturday, I think.
Oh wow.
Um,
Well, my condolences.
so yeah, I gotta wait to go to today. So yeah, just
Oh
keep all
wow.
the ones. It's like 7 or 8 people in my hometown that's passed
Hmm.
away from COVID. So just
Wow.
it's really rough. So just y'all, it's real. This I said the word, but anyway, the new
Oh, never
edition.
mind that. We come to the
Uh
end of the show. They can say what they
yeah.
want, Zuckerberg.
Yeah, so just tell everybody that you love them. Just call everybody, say you love them. Tell somebody, pick them up, give them a word of advice. You know, apologize even if you don't want to apologize. Make
That's
amends with
righteous.
people because you never know. You see them today, they're gone tomorrow. So just keep everybody lifted up. Everybody can be the first person to change the world, make it a better place. Let America be great again, for real, for real. Don't
Okay,
just
that's
say it, do it.
that part right there. And you know what? It starts for me. I always say it starts with me. It starts with me.
Mhm.
Um, it
DJ
starts
Mo
with
say, "I
me.
love you, cuz.
Yeah, I see him and stuff. He sound like he from Long Beach. Love
I
me,
love you,
cuz.
cuz. I love you,
You
cuz."
know, but he, he knows if he wants a kid in, he's like, bring me in, bring me in. But you're right. It starts with us as individuals. It starts with me because I knew I made a change
All
and
right.
stuff. I'm so she all in her business. Forget if you're on the cell phone. Just tell her. Okay, so isn't it true when family members they don't know if you're on the phone or talking anything, they just start talking.
That's his teacher. He know I don't play about him in class. He said, I want you to hear what you say.
Yeah.
He said we getting out of class right now. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, well, check this out. We're working with DJ King Mo. I want to say this, that I'm working with something with the Fleet DJs. We're going to try to come up with something with the Fleet DJs. We was about to get off, man. That's why I didn't bring you in. He want to wait till the last second and try to show his face and stuff. Let me bring him in for a quick second, because man, we was just about to get off this phone. What's up with you, DJ King Mo?
Cool, I want to talk to you now then, cool. You wait all this time, cool, bring me in, cool. I ain't got nothing to
Oh,
say
you
now,
didn't.
cool.
Hey, look out! You talking like you in Long Beach and stuff,
Nah,
knowing good
cool.
well you down there in the Delta.
Cool, Trump made it happen, cool. I'm trying to tell you, cool.
What he tell me? He'll tell me if he were to come in. He like just being in the background.
I mean, being in the back, it sounds like a fact, Jack. I'm trying to tell you that.
Last time I brought you and you was asleep and somebody, it was like Benny Hill.
Hey, hold on, dog. Hold on. So this how the cemetery got started. People don't want to pay too much. I'm hating on the kid around here. I'm trying to tell you. I'm in my own bed out here in Atlanta. I ain't got to get no whole hotel room. I'm in my own truck right now.
Why you stutter like that? Is something wrong? He did that on purpose. I was about to say, is something wrong with his phone? Let us talk to King Mo later.
I know you looking like.
I'm about to say, what the?
Your head start going like this while trying to finish his words out.
Yeah. He wrong. Don't you come up here, man. There's only one comedian. You just came in to do a comedy joke.
Cool. Come try and tell you, cool.
Man, let me lay him off.
Cool.
I love you too, man. He going back to the back room now. He about to go to sleep. Well, Miss Cristina, you have a blessed weekend. My condolences to the families for the funerals that you know, the passing. And we know that come Monday, life still goes on for us, you know. So God bless you. Is there anything else you want to say before we close it out?
No, everybody just love on each other.
Hey, you know, boy, it's gonna be some serious talk Tuesday. You know, it's gonna be some serious talk.
I'm gonna inbox you some stuff.
Hey, everybody, I'm about to send you this stuff that they've been sending me. I got topics coming from all over the world. I'm for real.
Let's talk about it.
Let's do it. That's it. So, everybody, we want you to let you know that this has been the Roy Anthony Show with my co-host. This is Cristina Carter, Miss Uniqueness. Our other co-host, Big Hank, had to deal with a funeral today as well. She's going to be doing it this weekend. Thank you for coming in. We're going to see y'all come Tuesday, which will be September the 7th. That's the day after Labor Day.
And that food stamp day, because I'm going to eat that day.
Look at you. Y'all be even though I be hitting them people up, I be buying them like, hey, I'll give you $60. They buy me $120 worth of food. I'm like, yeah. Okay, good. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Much love. Love you much.
Love you too.
All right, for sure.
Hey, is this thing on? Can you hear me? Is anybody out there? Hey, tune in. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast.